Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this evening? Zen, what's going on, man? How you doing? How's your weekend? I'm gonna jump in and get painting here. So, I had my paint on the palette there. There we go. What's going on? We're in the corner room together, except for the second floor. Okay, sweet, sweet. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but yeah, I appreciate that. I'm so excited. I want to dig into that big pyramid with like the brushwork and stuff soon. But I did not get to that today. So soon, I'll paint these tarantulas and maybe we'll mess around with that. But phenomenal weekend. Awesome, dude. That's good. Yeah, didn't you just straight up win a tournament? That's pretty legit. Yeah, that's great. That's really cool. Nemesis, welcome in. How you doing this evening? I hope you have had a great weekend as well. Any tournament wins for you, Nemesis? So, Zen, you're saying Friday is going to be a good story time then, right? Or I guess Wednesday night as well. So, that'll be good. My first Magic Commander night, won a Gundam TCG tournament along with getting a starter deck. Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. You drop picks and finish? Alright, I'll go take a look here in a minute. That's good stuff. Awesome. I've had a really good weekend, and it's been incredibly boring. Deck you built performed incredibly. Your Gundam build deck or your Magic deck, right? Isn't that like a Final Fantasy deck or something? Is that what you're talking about? The Magic one. Gotcha. Gotcha. Getting all the black on these missiles. I'm gonna go through and just make sure I did a proper job, but first we're gonna look at Nemesis finished minis. Cool source for Wednesday night hangout. Good, good, good. Yeah, yeah. I as of right now, the plan is for you to come hang out on Friday if you want. What do we got? Nemesis. Oh yeah, those are evil Dark Angels. Is that what those are? You turn Dark Angels into Raptors and Terminators? That's wild. That is crazy. Yeah, my parents are coming up Friday, but they're driving up Friday and they're staying at my brother's house, so they won't be at our house until Saturday. So that'll be fun. I plan on working and everything, so you want GW to make a Luther model? I could see it happening eventually. I could see that Nemesis. That's cool. Fallen Dark Angels. Those are like the bad guy fallen, huh? Alright, let's take a look at this one. Yeah. I think yeah, whenever Dark Angels get their own journal, I think there's a good chance you get something crazy like a Luther mini coming out. But the thing is, I think, and what I heard months ago, and as far as I'm aware, that's been all true so far. GW's done making Resin Heresy characters. Angron and Latara Saren are the last Heresy characters that they're releasing. That's it. So it's plastic or nothing for Heresy from here on out. It seems like. Second Gundam deck box for myself. Printing second set of dice now. Nice, very nice, dude. That's awesome. Congrats on your wins, and well deserved. Better card games than tabletop? Maybe. That's okay. Okay. Got that. I can check these other missiles here. These frag missiles. That's what these are. This gives us an excuse to put it out on the table here. Good. So, I need to tell a sad story to everyone who will listen. I was using my crock pot making a pork shoulder in the crock pot. Turned out delicious. And we were cleaning up afterwards, been sitting in there, 8 hours through the day and everything. We noticed there was a bunch of liquid underneath the crock pot. And, yeah, it turns out that, the ceramic actual crock pot, like pot itself, like the insert pot, cracked. And cracked bad enough to where it was leaking. So it's not much of a leak, but it was enough to where we had to throw out the crock pot, and I'm really sad about that because we've had that thing for 15 years. And that was a wedding gift that we got. We actually got 4 crock pots as wedding gifts, and we returned 3 of them and took the cash from them. But that was the one we kept, and we had that thing for 15 years, over 15 years at this point. It did. I'm sad that we used that crock pot at a minimum once a week. Sometimes we would use it 2 or 3 times a week. It's truly a sad day in the painting household. Yeah, you need those 3 hands. Okay, yeah. I'll get them to you. I'll get them out because I totally could have given those to you on Friday and I forgot. So we'll do that. And what else? This panel is black. I like how simple these miniatures are. It's refreshing. Else, nothing there. Okay, this little antenna. This little antenna. Alright. Used it at least 780 times. Yep. I was just gonna casually say 1,000 times. Like, the thing has been used 1,000 times before it cracked. It's yep. Hey JJ, what's going on? On the painting blog are some tarantula turrets. The pot cracked before the crock did. Yeah, sure. I was trying to think of something and I couldn't think of anything good. I guess that'll do. Yeah, JJ, painting some tarantula turrets, which I really like. There's a good air defense one, but even then, the one that's like meant for air defense is really good about taking out like rhinos and stuff. So these are a unit I'm excited to try. Hey, Mydro, what's going on? What else? I think that's it. I think that's it for like our black base coat here. I'm just gonna put another coat of black here. We're gonna get out some green. I think it's green. Green's what I want. Relax tonight. Bunch of adulting today. Yeah, a glass of wine sounds fire. There you go. Finish out the true adult weekend, huh? Any thoughts on the newer Conflict 47 models? I haven't looked at their newer models. I know the setting wasn't really something that interested me a lot. So I never really gave it a second glance. Nice dry red, yeah. Oh man, I gotta tell you guys about bagels. You guys want to hear about some bagels? So Friday after stream, Zen didn't tell me this during stream, but after stream he told me about this bagel place he went to, and he had a whole story to go with it, but about how they were super slow and everything. But then he ate the bagel and it was amazing, and I was like, man, I'm like close enough to there that when I man, the pickles are great in that though. That was a good pickle. So I was like, I was running errands there on Saturday. I was with my son, so I was like, you know what? We're gonna stop at this bagel place and get a bagel for each of us. And yeah. So we went in. They weren't busy, and there was just like a middle-aged woman and a younger woman working there. And ordered 2 toasted bagels, for one for my son and one for me, with cream cheese. And no. Okay, this place is not the BK of the bagels. So they just hate Zen. That's what it is. So this color is too bright. I'm gonna get a darker green. We're gonna go dark yellow green here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna start with. So, a bagel, toasted bagel with cream cheese. We each got one. He picked one out. I mean, sometimes you just gotta deal with the baby poop green paints. It's life. And while we were waiting, the younger woman's she asked us. She's like, "Hey, do you want to try any other bagels?" And we were like, no thanks. I was like, you know what? I was like, are your bagels like vegan? Do they have like dairy, like milk or butter or eggs or anything? She's like, no, they're vegan, just simple ingredients and everything. I was like, okay. I'm gonna get one for the painting wife because of her crazy dietary restrictions. So it's like, we'll get one for her. It's like, okay, well, I got like a honey wheat bagel for her. And I was like, yeah, just one honey wheat bagel. We'll let her try it. So this girl reaches, she grabs 3 honey wheat bagels and she puts them in a bag. And I was like, just one. We don't want more than one. She's like, it's fine. She's like, just one bagel. It's all right. She's like, she's like, it's just pay for the one bagel. I was like, oh, okay, just giving me free bagels. All right, cool. So we're sitting there with the honey wheat bagels, waiting for them to prepare other bagels, and the lady that was like preparing the other bagels comes over, and she's like, are there any other bagels you guys want to try? And we're like, no, we're fine. And she's like, well, we're closing in a little bit, and there's an Ohio State game. And if you guys don't know, I live in Central Ohio. And in Central Ohio, like, Ohio State football just, like, shuts down everything. She's like, no one's going to buy bagels during a Ohio State game. And she's like, so just what are some bagels you want to try? So I named a bagel. And they proceeded to put, like, 8 more bagels in a bag. And they're like, here you go. And they're like, and then they ended up, verbal saturation is real. Yeah, it's a lot of bagels. But, they ended up just charging us for the 2 that we ordered initially. So it was like $10 for two toasted bagels with cream cheese, with a lot of cream cheese. And then that was it. And we walked out of there with like a dozen bagels. It's the dad book. That's true. Yeah, you have RBF. So they did put a pickle in both of ours. They didn't even ask us if we didn't want a pickle. And I forgot about the pickles. Yeah, they don't want to throw them out at the end of the day. So they just gave them to us. We did get the pickles, and I forgot about them until we got home, and Painting Son was not happy to see a pickle in his bagel box. And he was scared the juice got on his bagel. But once he started eating it, he was totally fine. And I ate both the pickles, and they were amazing. They were good pickles. Yeah. What's up, Butterscorch? How you doing? And Ghost Hawks, what's up? He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Kid has no idea what he's missing. Good pickle spear. Yeah. You know what pickles are to me, Zen? They're no calorie. That's what they are. they're free food for me to eat. Yeah, they were dill pickles. Yeah. There's some kosher dill pickle spears. Because that whole bagel shop had they had signs posted on the front door that they were certified kosher by organizations I'd never heard of. So I assume it's real. Yeah. So great pickles. And we showed up back at home, and yeah, you figured they have good bagels. That's fair. We showed up at home, and my wife was home, and I showed up with this giant bag of food, and I was like, I can explain. They gave us a reusable like grocery bag, also like a nice like reusable grocery bag. They put everything in. I don't know if it was like a catering bag or something, but I feel like, yeah, it's a cloth. Yeah. So I show up at home with this cloth bag full of food. My wife looks at me really weird, and I was like, I can explain. I did not just go spend $100 on bagels. I know. I just thought it was a nice touch, you know? Don't call me old, Mydraw. Hey, Pitme, what's going on? How are you doing? We are painting Tarantula sentry turrets. I have no room to talk. Fair. I'm doing good. Yeah, I had a really good weekend. Yeah, just talking about how I got a bunch of free bagels. That was cool. And just chilled with the family all weekend, which was nice. I started spray painting those the terrain that Zen printed for me. If you guys haven't seen that, I posted it. The latest picture on it is posted in the Whips channel. I basically, it was a couple layers of spray paint. There was I primed it a khaki color. I tried to do like a light dusting of a texture paint. It's like a sandstone. And then I did like an over the top like zenithal of like a little bit of white, just to try to give it a little more of a highlight. There's a lot of like, and I varnished it, so it was 4 sprays in total. I just kind of took the afternoon, would go out every hour or so and spray everything. But yeah, I got a lot of brush work to do. I have some ideas for like washes and some other things to do with it. So this was the wrong shade of green I put on this, guys. But yeah, I'm really excited, and Zen printed me more, so I have more to paint. Harrison Mechanicum had non-HQ human-size single model units. Non-HQ human-size okay. Are you talking about like the stilt guy? You want the stilt guy in Heresy? Why that specifically? That seems like a really, really specific request. Hey, Raymond, what's going on? I need to start with the start hobby-wise, terrain or paint minis? Ooh, that's a good question. Do you have a fully painted army, JJ? That you're currently playing with? The other side of that question is, do you have a fully painted, like, board of terrain? Or do you have like a squad of minis that's like almost done, or like halfway done? It's a good way to get motivation. 2 world terrain right now, nice. That's cool. I am just following the box art on these, if you're curious what I'm doing. I wanted to make the tarantulas a very neutral paint scheme. Because I thought that'd be appropriate where they're just like the most expendable resource as far as equipment goes. So they just order them en masse from, you know, whatever Forge World makes them, and then they just put them on the line. And they're like disposable, like one-use items, so. Cerebus for a kit bash, but already have made 3 HQ. Oh, okay, okay. I understand. If there's any other green on there, I'll have to go. There's a lot of silver on these, so we'll have to go back and get some coats of silver on, but it's okay. Don't play Warhammer rules. I paint models for Warhammer a lot. Use it for mini agnostic games. Okay. Oh, excuse me, you need some sci-fi scatter. Do you have like sci-fi scatter available to paint? Sounds like you want to talk yourself into painting sci-fi scatter. 3x3 boards, that's cool. You don't play Warhammer, but you paint minis. That's awesome. That's awesome, Pitme. What are you working on? You working on anything good? Guys, I got a game on Steam that looked really simple and it looked like fun. And I tried it. I had watched some people play it, and I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, this game looks like fun. The game is called Mage and Monsters 2. Ravensbeard, Estrello, and FL Cryptek. Welcome in. Scatter's nice change of paint to redo. Yeah, it definitely is. So I got Mage and Monster 2. Mage and Monsters 2. And it's like a... Is it roguelike? Auto battler? Like fantasy game? And you basically pick one of like 10 heroes. You have to unlock the heroes too. You start with like 3 and you get more. Maybe there's 12. And you do like runs. And you go on runs. So there's a character in that game that is a necromancer. And he has like very, very specific like playstyle where he just auto pick came out fully top. What does that mean? But yeah, he resurrects skeletons and he has this whole thing, and you can like upgrade his skeletons and upgrade him and his like spells or whatever. So I had to unlock him though. So I played as like this kind of like knight character, like sword and board character, and I played through one run. I got to like level, I think I died on like round 15 or whatever, wave 15. And I was like, okay, I figured it out, some things. Slot machine ball show game. Oh, okay, came out. Oh, cool, okay, it was just a demo. Nice. That's the one Blue was playing on stream, right? Warhammer 3 to the last sale, even those rules made me go, yeah. Warhammer Total War is a big game. It's a really big game. Yeah, I've been playing that since like day one. The Warhammer Total War games have been coming out, and they're huge. Yeah, so I finished that one run at like wave 15. I was like, okay, I restarted with the same character. I was like, all right, I got my plan now. I figured out kind of what he does, like his ability. He like summons stuff, and how it works. You play 30 waves. And after you get 30 waves, it does like a boss wave where it's you play like 5 waves in a row with no like in between time. It just like auto starts it, and you have to beat the final boss, and then you can go in like an endless mode. Well, I beat it and I go to endless mode. And I made, I think, like 12-13 rounds into endless mode my second try. I was like, alright, I think I have this game down. Maybe they just started really easy. So I played as the necromancer, and I kind of figured out the necromancer real quick. And I think I had one wave where it was like kind of touch and go. And then after that, I beat everything so easily. I played the rest of the evening. I had it on in the background. The wave fights were taking so long, I would walk away from my computer and come back, and the wave would still be finishing. And these auto battles are like, they're like 30 seconds when you play it on fast forward. And I'd played on fast forward the whole game because there's nothing you need to do as a necromancer. There's no abilities to use. He just raises skeletons. He dies as he raises them, and then the skeletons just do everything else. I got 35 rounds past the boss, like into the endless mode, and then I just quit. I was like, I am bored of this. So I don't know. It was cool. Maybe I'll try it with some of the other characters. There's like an archer character. There's like a rogue character. There's all kinds of different stuff, but me, it's just really a lot to take in at one time. It is. Yeah, it is. I think the easiest way to play is you got to pick like a good beginning faction, which is normally like the Empire or High Elves, or normally like the beginner friendly factions. But it still takes like you're you need to play like a lot and like be willing to restart your games when you like learn something fundamental, and be okay to lose because the AI is actually like pretty can be pretty difficult in that game, just in like a general sense. Satisfactory, yeah, Satisfactory is cool. Rasia, no, it really isn't that great of an endorsement. I was a little disappointed that I made it so far, but I don't know. Maybe it gets harder. Like they have other maps in the games that you can do. Maybe those maps are more difficult or something. But um, it was a unique game. Like I like the fantasy things and playing as necromancer and being able to like raise an army and just like upgrade that army into such a ridiculous degree that I literally just have 200 skeletons on the screen, like cleaving through bosses and not dying. Like that's basically how it would work. Yeah, Satisfactory is like, yeah, it's a factory building game. That's once like a first person game though, right? Just doing a quick second coat on this. This color is a little patchy. Apparently I left a couple little bits and nubs, but I'm not too worried about it. First person, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does get really hard. She getting my Saturnine box tonight. Yeah, what were you saying earlier, Strello? You were building a glaive. Maybe you want to wait for the rest of the super heavies to get plastic kits. Yeah. I've heard the Fire Raptor and like the Storm Eagle are among the worst kits Forge World's ever made. Those things make me want to print that you're buying the filament for. Who are they for? Oh, they're for um my son's friend. So there's like a story behind it. Like my wife likes to go to farmers markets through the summer. Okay, so she's been going to farmers markets all summer, like every week or weekend, and it was like the last one this weekend at this one particular place where she goes, and she told me, she's like, hey, for Painting Son's friend, I'm gonna get him, like, this person at this farmer's market sells these Minecraft like toys, like these 3D printed Minecraft things, and I was gonna get him one. And I was like, okay, oh, hold on, let's I was like, I don't, like, how much are those things? They're like $30 for something. You go to farmers markets every week as a vendor. That's awesome. Yeah, we get like all of our produce from farmers markets, and there's actually a farm close to us that sells a ton of produce. They have like their own little store. It's like this little like one room store, and we buy our produce from that store. We get really sad in the winter when they close that store down. But so I told my wife Zen that I would ask you to see if we could find something to print that is comparable. And one of the things she was talking about was like, they have like, they're all like color accurate, like multicolor prints. It looks like, the printer is like a dual nozzle printer or whatever, printing these things. It's like, oh, we can figure out something. So yeah, so I would rather buy you the filament and have you print it, and then even if you just keep the rest of the filament or something like that, to me is a better value than paying for someone. Like, I don't mind supporting local people at farmers markets and stuff, but Use the filament too. Painting your terrain, who cares what color it's printed? Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Yeah, his friend he's a really nice kid, so I'll help my son go above and beyond for his gift because that boy seems like a good influence, so try to keep him around. Yeah. GT2 is good. Put it on the shelf. What's that? Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought I was reading R2D2 there for a second. RDR2. That's what it is. Console games? Oh, you play... Okay, you play Red Dead. That's like your game, JJ. Nice. %, filled. Solid dice now? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. You just want to print something. Zan, if I send you more STLs, would you start on them soon? I mean, if you're like dying for stuff to print. Again, I'm not in a rush, but... Oh, counters for the TCG. Nice. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sweet. Good to hear. Hey guys, I do want to tell you, the bottom right, we have a thing, it's called the Painting Cabal. And if you want to join the Painting Cabal, it's what it is, it's getting your name onto one of my Thousand Suns miniatures. So whenever I take my Thousand Suns into a game, you are present, and you are fighting the good fight against, you know, the bad dad emperor, basically. So if that's something you want to do, and help me in the process, raise some funds, and I'm going to use this. I'm just making a goal for myself where I'm going to use this money to buy a fell blade, a new plastic fell blade. So if that's something you're interested in, 100 bits gets you a name on a tactical marine or equivalent miniature. So I got support marines and assault squads and all that kind of stuff. I'll have breachers and everything soon, so get you on one of those. 500 bits gets you into an elite squad member. Hey, I will name it FL Cryptek. That's cool with me. One of my Cryptek, one of my Thousand Suns is literally named Space Wolf. But yeah, $5 gets you into the elite squads, so Sekhmet Terminators, other Terminators, Kinatai Occult, those kind of units as I get them filled out. And $10 you can name one of my tanks. You can just put your name on the tank, but you can also choose a name for my tank. So I have about a dozen tanks in the army that need names, so you can do that. Yeah, that's about it. It's just easy stuff. Since people keep asking, I told someone that if they pay the entire amount to get a fell blade on its own, so the retail at $210 US dollars, you can put your name on Magnus's mini. I'll do it. Ways to donate, Cryptek. You can either, if you type an exclamation point donate, it brings up a PayPal link if you just want to donate $1. If you want to give bits, you can cheer, and that goes directly into like the bits goal there. I'll put in the donations. You want your name on a tank? Yeah, I'll do that, dude. Yeah, donating the $10 is an easy way to do it. That's my PayPal is what that goes to. But 1,000 bits will also do the trick if you cheer 1,000 bits. Or I don't know how that You can pay for sound alerts if you can find the sound alerts. You can do that or anything. Don't use mobile. For mobile, don't use bits. You pay more for bits on mobile than desktop. Okay. Okay, well, there you go. So don't use bits if you're on mobile, guys. My bad, I didn't know that. Yeah, don't do bits if you're on mobile. Why? That is so horrible. It's because they pay for the app services, right? $8 for 500 bits? Jeez. Yeah, they probably have to pay like Google, you know. Yeah. Hey, Cultured American, how you doing? This bit's for it should be the same amount, but it's way more expensive. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize. Did not realize. All right, let's get some copper. But yeah, every little bit helps. If you just want to be a tactical marine and you wanna toss 100 bits or $1 my way, fantastic. That'll get your name on a marine. I do say my tacticals I use every game. I'm all about using tactical marines, so they're really important in the game. How much to be a casualty basing bit? Oh, Estrello, you've seen my you've seen my my Saturnine Dread, right? You can be that bit. You can name the tank, or I'll put your name somewhere on the mini if you want. "12 minutes to 3D print 4 cards separated." Oh, that's cool. Nice. Had to step away. You like to play bolt action? Oh, cool, Pit Me. That's really cool. I've never played bolt action, but I have quite a few bolt action minis. Just because I'm like a huge like history nut, so I love that kind of stuff. And normally what happens is when I did go to conventions, I would go and then I would just end up being so enamored with like Warlord Games minis or like Flames of War, I'd end up buying something, and that's just what I would end up doing. It's a tactical investment. That's true. Yeah, that is true. Saturnine Praetor is the goofiest sprue. How so? I assembled that Praetor last week, and I didn't mind it so much. I thought he was all right. The Terminators are tedious to assemble, but the way it's shaped. Oh yeah, the long skinny sprue. Yeah, it doesn't fit with any of the others. Okay, no, I completely agree with you. Agree. Just outside listening to the lynx screeching. You have lynx outside? Is that your nickname for somebody or what? You're publishing a book on World War II soon? That's wild, dude. What's the topic, Pip Me? "15-minute test paint job on my Necron Warrior. I'm going to use dark silver and copper." That's sweet. You share a picture. Just see. The retired stripper that lives down the holler. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you never know, dude. You never know, Zen. And the actual, like, lynx like a cat. Okay. He's crying outside our place at like 3 a.m. That's crazy. We used to have, when I was a kid, I grew up in a house that was like out in the middle of nowhere. We'd hear coyotes like most nights. It was really cool. It's very eerie to listen to, but it's really neat. Can you just call me Cryptech? Absolutely, I can just call you Cryptech, yeah. Hey, I'm a big Necron fan myself. I have a 40k Necron army that I love. EO, what's going on, man? EO, also, hey, I need you to pick a mini to belong to. So, a tactical marine, an assault marine, tactical support. EO, you name your favorite, and your name goes on because you are a Patreon member. So, you get it. Do you have any interest in Conflict 47? Not really, JJ. I don't at least. Somebody like, well, yeah, the history buff. Military signage is what your World War II book would be about. That's crazy. You'll be tactical support marine. Sweet. I'll get you down, dude. Get you here. So tired from last week. Yeah, you had a really busy week, didn't you? My notification should be working. If you are happening to actually be donating stuff, and if it didn't go through, please let me know because that stuff should be working. Prepare to patch and upgrade more for work. All right. Okay, it is time for silver. Steel. Steel is our color. Oh, Rage. All right, is this the Necron? Let's see. Hey, that's really cool. He said it was like a 10-15 minute test mini. That's solid, man. I think like you dump like a good like black wash or like a dark brown wash on it. Gray brown, the Pro Curl gray brown would be a really good color. It'll just like bring that whole mini together. I think it'd look really nice. But I'm curious what you got planned for it. I'm gonna be real honest. If I had to redo my my Necron army, I would paint them classic silver and green, and I would use the laziest paint scheme, like silver wash, dry brush, and then like the weapons, like the casing and the weapons. That's what I would do. But that's because I'm lazy, and I paint Necrons like a lazy person. So. Not done, obviously. Yeah. Whatever's turquoise. No, great. Yeah, boo for the traditional style. Yeah, my current Necrons are they're close to like a traditional, but I use the Cryptek armor shade, so I use that for the actual armor plates. Okay. Fantastic stuff, though. Did one of you guys just join the Discord? The name in the Discord, that's a little sketchy to me. I just want to make sure it's not like a bot or something. My son paints some Necrons, so you guys can see what color I'm using. If you can see that, steel. This. You did pip me. Okay. I don't mean to be accusing you of anything. Just a crazy username you had there. Hoping the Falchion gets a plastic kit soon. Yeah, the Falchion's the anti-tank one, right? because the glaive, yeah, the falchion. I know, yeah, falchion would be great. It's turquoise, dark turquoise. You want to use it, yeah. Yeah, it's Nihilak, right? Nihilak are the silver boys, or the turquoise ones. The twin volcano cannons. You know, I have heard, Estrello, there was someone that, one of the Heresy channels made a video about it, about how the Solar Ox Stormlord is probably the best anti-tank tank in the game. Because it has a legit volcano cannon on it, and the Falchion doesn't get the volcano cannon anymore. They turned it into a some kind of neutron laser, which I think is what it's more accurate, what it looks like. But 2 Doomsday arcs. Oh, cool. I have a the other end of that, the transport one. What is that called? It's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't, whatever. But I have that one. I have one of those. I don't have the. I turned into that. I don't have the Doomsday arc. I wanted the little transport because I like my warriors. Crassus Assault Transport. Yeah. You're going for vibes. Yeah, that's solid. I mean, big anti-tank tank is kind of what you want, right? Red, dark red, and black. For the Doomsday arcs? Are you talking about like the main hull, like the ribcage structure, or are you talking about a different part? I think black is always a good look on him. And while black might be a more boring option, I think if you're struggling to decide, I think you can always pretty much guarantee that black will look good as a main color. And there's like no risk. There's like no risk to painting the mini black. I've heard the Crassus Assault Transport thing, but I have not. I don't remember what it means. I don't remember the actual meme. I'm sorry, Estrello. Nation barges with the colors. Oh, okay. I know we got this blue tack to work around, but that's okay. We'll get to it. Paste text in Old Forge World. It'd always be in caps. Oh, okay. I don't remember that from the specific Crassus. I used to browse that website so much, though. As like a kid, it was like dreams to aspire to was just buying Forge World minis, just having all the time and the money in the world. Now everything costs as much as old Forge World did, or more. It's an old paper catalog. I might still have some paper catalogs laying around. It's for the race's future. Wow, okay. Huh. His 20s and 2010s. Always want to get into Forge World stuff. Yeah. Yeah, to this day, I have purchased one Forge World Mini and some transfers. I've purchased Forge World transfers, but I've only ever bought one Forge World Mini. It was actually just last year. I got the Thousand Sun Sorcerer Mini, the Heresy one. That was it. I've painted a lot of Forge World stuff for people. Forge World models. I've seen my pile of shame. You would get FOMO on. Oh no. Jeez. Yeah, my wife would kill me if I did that. Just started buying minis, having them lay around. Yeah, it's kind of what most of my minis do anyway, but at least they're painted. Most of them are painted. Okay, this missile system, this, and this, and then the backs of these. Yeah. Yep. So, that thing. Is a fist commoner for Saturn the best option? I have no idea, honestly. Absolutely no idea, Strello. I've been trying to figure out the same thing, and I think I decided just to magnetize mine. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't know if I'll ever even put them on the table, because I don't particularly care for them, but... Yeah, magnets are where it's at. It doesn't look too terrible to magnetize. I mean, you're going to be stuck with possibly some wonky poses for some of the weapons. Colors my annihilation bar. Okay, sweet. Let me finish up this one missile rack here, and then I'll take a look. First one. Okay. We got the silver on that one. We'll be over here. Let's take a look at Cryptex stuff here. Strela likes the third one. Oh man, oh, those are cool looking. I think I like the contrast with the black and the bright yellow highlight one, the third one, the first and the third one. Both of those are really good. I mean, the second one's really good too, but I like the like high contrast. I don't know which one I like better. I like both of them. My vote goes for both. Because I'm a scrub and I don't want to make a decision. Word bearers just to have demonic Saturni. Yeah, those are really cool units. Word bearers are such a weird place in 3.0. Like, their special units absolutely rock, but their Legion rule is kind of boring. It's really good, but it's boring. And yeah, they have a couple units that just aren't great. Like their inductii seem really cool. They're like really like flavorful and interesting, but then they're terrible. There's like no in between. Either all the units and the rules are like boring but good, or no good and really cool. Basically what their inductii do, they're despoilers, so they're chainsword guys. And when they destroy a unit on an objective, or make that unit fall back out of combat. They score some victory points, like most of those units do, and then they take casualties. So they take D3 wounds on the squad, and then they turn basically demonic. So they get a rule called Malefic for the rest of the game, which means that they can't fail morale, and yeah, they're just overall like better at doing everything. So if you can get them in the right position and doing the right things, they end up really cool. But it's kind of hard to get off, and I don't think it's I don't know if it's like particularly good. It's kind of niche with how it works, because most likely your unit's not going to have a ton of minis left, so maybe it'll be good. Sitting on objectives might, after that, might be a way to win. They just don't take statuses anymore, they just hold objectives. But yeah, they just kill, yeah, they just die faster. Yeah, they can't be status, but they take D3 wounds, which honestly isn't the end of the world. Okay, got 2 of those done. Side. Oh yeah, the Demon Infused Saturnine's really cool. I agree, Ghost Hawks. Yeah. Tester for my Raven Guard Legion on finished miniatures. Let's check it out. It's brightening the grays, but I kind of like it. Okay, all right, I see it. The Combi Volkite is really cool. Excuse me. No, it's good, and you're doing like an ultra close-up shot too, which is gonna like bring out those individual like highlights and that brushwork and stuff. But yeah, I think that's a solid test. Are you gonna move forward with that? You have a lot to paint, right? Well, you said you had a giant like pile of shame, but you have like a whole army assembled. It's fast, yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Raven Guard Mini being painted. Let's do big picture and then come in and get the details afterwards. Those little sides. Style with all the edge high. No, yeah, don't do all the edge highlighting on your basic Raven Guard. Yeah, on the characters, sure. Yeah, on the basics, it's miserable, especially when you start getting into anything other than Mark 6. Heresy has angered you? Why is that, MechTech? Why the anger? Why are you throwing fish at people? This is a non-fish throwing stream. The spoilers have a veteran troop, MechTech. They absolutely do. And they're honestly one of the better veterans. And there's foot melee veterans too. If you would like for me to explain, I can. What is that? Is that a pig? They're pointing at a spinning fish? It looks like he's throwing it. I don't know. It's like he's like throwing a pig or something is what I see. That's not a roach. That's a pig. You can't convince me otherwise. Last one. Is he throwing a toilet seat? Or throwing a toilet? Just a whole toilet? Alright. So, first of all, the melee-focused veterans on foot. Those are Centurion Command Squads. I know. The title is different.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
Alright, I will take a drink just a second. But company make command squads. You can take multiples. They're just in a retinue slot, but they are the exact same as assault veterans. Slightly different rules, but yeah, they're on foot and they get melee weapons. Boom, that's it. That's all they are. Yeah, it's a veteran despoiler squad. That's all the Centurion Command Squad is. You just don't give them the bolters or the banner, and it's your veteran despoiler squad. That's what it is. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. But I'm going to tell you that this is not GW's fault at this point because the option is there. And I don't want to hear complaints that Games Workshop's taking things from people when you're not being at all creative enough to say that a squad is the veteran squad. To say a veteran squad is a veteran squad because they have a slightly different name. So don't come crying about it to me when yeah, terror squads are really good too. Yeah. No complaining TPD, that's right. So as far as your breachers are concerned, look in the legacy document. There are veteran breachers in there. Literally a unit called veteran breachers. And they can also take melee weapons. But they just all have the big boarding shields. But yeah, you want your veteran breachers, there they are. Yeah, the command squads in 3.0 are a lot different than command squads in 2.0 or before. Command squads in 2.0 and before, you had to take a leader with them. And they had to join the squad and they were like part of the squad and everything. It's not like that in 3.0. You can take multiple command squads and not have anyone attached to them. They're literally just despoiler veterans in a different role slot. That's all they are. I think it made MechTech mad. I received the most data answer. It's right there. What do you want me to... Of you? What you wanted? What? It's the exact same thing. There's literally no difference, except they can take one extra piece of war gear that you don't have to take in the banner. And if you don't take the banner, it's a veteran squad. I'm cool if you want to complain about heresy. Just come at me with a complaint that makes sense. Yeah, there was we had one player in our local group that was like practically threatening to burn his own house down because he had veteran models with power axes or whatever, and he felt like it was illegal to take them. And yeah, he was like just so mad at Games Workshop because yeah, he's like, oh, the unit doesn't exist, and then you read the rules and you're like, oh, there's the unit. Now, if you want to take a squad with mixed special weapons and melee weapons, that's not so much a thing anymore. But you know what? You got 2 veteran squads now. Appropriate slot for veterans, so I can actually put an elite slot. Don't have an apex. Well, yeah, find someone else. Bring a Legion champion. You can bring a retinue squad. Yeah, can't always have what you want. So you want to make up rules so you can take the thing that you want. Oh, I gotta paint the little rear engines on these things so I can get back to the silver. I'll paint the red, then I'll go back to the silver. But no, I get it. I get it. You want a veteran squad and the elite slot. That's cool. As a 1000 Sun player, I'm super spoiled for elite slots, so practically all my unique units are elites, and then my unique detachment gives me elites, so I don't know what it's like to struggle for elite slots. Wash should fill in. Kind of here. Using this is burgundy that I'm using. Horse Reavers aren't elite. They're heavy assault and Justarian are elite. Oh, weird. Yeah, that is strange. Yeah, it seems like the Legion specific Terminators are all elites. I don't know why your Reavers would be heavy assault. Are Reavers equivalent to like destroyers? They're like veteran despoilers basically, aren't they? Like an equivalent to that? I'm not terribly familiar with them, so I just know they're like chain axe wielding maniacs. You make a deep thematic army. You have to make sacrifices on your choices. It's not a bad thing, right? Yeah, and to me, you know, like you can still bring an all-vehicle army. You know, people want to bring an all-vehicle. Like, you're not going to win anything. It's not like you can give your Predator tanks line or anything, but yeah, I think more varied army lists are definitely a lot easier to make. SKU lists tend to be pretty limited. Also, I think as the edition goes on, I think all of that will be a lot easier. because we're gonna have new detachments coming out probably every 2 months or so. I imagine that'll eventually affect things. Kind of despoilers, but tad different. Yeah, they're just like a souped up despoiler. Are they 2 wounds each? Well, sad to see Deliverers got the nerf stick. Deliverers are which ones? Estrello? Are they the Terminators or are they the sniper guys? I don't remember which one Deliverers are. Surely not the jump pack veterans for Raven Guard, because those are like stupid good. And 2.0 are the second best Terminators. Oh, okay. Yeah. They have 2 wounds. Okay, so they're kind of like, they're just spoiler vets. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so they're equivalent to a veteran squad then. Yeah, they're in heavy assault. That's kind of a strange placement. What does the, if I'm not mistaken, MechTech, what's the Sons of Horus like? Their unique detachment's really good though, right? Don't you get good stuff in that? What do you get in that, in their unique detachment? What slots do you get? Or battlefield rolls? Who were the first best Terminators in 2.0? I have no idea. The 2 Terminator units I had the most frustrating experience playing against were the Varigear Terminators from the Space Wolves and the Emperor's Children Terminators, whatever those were called. You want to use them in an elite detachment, yeah. Doesn't the, if you take a Legion Champion, don't you get a, he has the unique detachment, you get a retinue squad, I think. You get a retinue and an elite, right? And it's an auxiliary detachment if I'm not mistaken. So like that's an easy way to get your, to get what squad there. Supremacy Cadre? I don't know what that is. That's probably Sons of Horus. I can grab my book here in a minute, I'll take a look. One elite, 2 troops, and a heavy assault. Oh, well that's... You get a prime... Who gets the prime advantage in that detachment too, MechTech? Isn't it the elite that gets the prime advantage? New elite heavy transport? Yeah, that's a solid one, yeah. So, what you could do, MechTech... The troop gets... Okay, that's still really good. Troops are really good for prime advantages anyway. Here's how you can work it out, okay? You can take your Apex as a retinue detachment. Then you can get your veteran despoilers. Then you can take as many of those custom detachments as you want to get your elite slots. And or a champion will get you a retinue and an elite slot in an auxiliary detachment. So you can run that, and then you can pick something else for your Apex. Yeah, I think Sons of Horus have an easier way of working around that than a lot of factions do. Anyway, I think Thousand Sons have a really good auxiliary detachment too, because mine comes with a prime troop and an elite, and it comes with a fast attack, which is a unique one that you don't have to, you know. I want a Xiphon. It's basically a free ad for me. Just heavy assault, so I could slap Master Sergeant on the Reaver. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Well, hey, I will say, the Retinue Apex detachment lets one retinue have a prime advantage. So you can take a despoiler, despoiler veterans. You can take that Centurion command squad, or make them a Praetorian command squad, and they all have a 2+ armor save. But you can do that, and then you can take the Master Sergeant upgrade on the Sergeant, and just give the dude he ends up with 4 or 5 attacks or something crazy. Becomes a pretty monstrous squad. I am a big fan of troop prime advantages, though. It'd be cruel. I don't think it'd be too cruel. That's an expensive squad, though. The Breacher veterans sound like a lot of fun as well. I have a squad of Breachers to paint up, but I don't have any plans of them being veterans. I'm not a big fan of running a bunch of veteran squads. At least I haven't. Maybe one of these days I'll start getting into making a bunch of veteran squads. Okay, we're gonna do a second coat on this. Quick second coat. Did I really paint that red? I did. Well, I said I have to go back with the silver, so we'll let this red dry. There's a little bit of silver I missed on 3 of these. Yeah, it's funny how games work, where the things that are super powerful in the game are never the things you would think that would be. You're like, oh man, if I take all these elite units, it's gonna be really good. But in game, that's not always the case, and it ends up being something stupid I'm gonna take 6 Tarantula batteries, and that's gonna be really good. That's the toxic thing. Certain vet squads, a tactical squad with 4 Bane Strike bolters and a melta gun. That's cool. That's cool. I think I would make an Inductii squad before I made a veteran squad, but my Legion Inductii are stupid good, so they're ridiculously good. Yeah. Okay, got that one. I think I might have to try them out. The spoilers impact on leadership. Yours get Mech Tech Sons of Horse have a cool rule. If their bonus rule is really good. Don't they get a bonus weapon skill or strength or something if they're close to a character? Hey Slavic, what's up? And Zen, sure, I would love to hear some crazy stuff. Yeah, what's going on? These don't look like tarantulas. They might not now, but yeah, these are just the weapons, the missiles that go on the tarantulas. Yeah, MechTech, you're the Sons of Horus Inductii. They have an extra rule where they get a bonus when they're close to a friendly character or something. Do you have any advice for Necron player? Are you saying gameplay advice? Is that what you're asking for, Cryptech? I mean, you're the Cryptech. Okay, here's a story from Zen. Sister and family are on a cruise that started today. I was supposed to go down to Bahamas to an island owned by the cruise line or whatever because Hurricane Humberto, where is that? The cruise line decided to change the cruise to go to to Sydney and Halifax, Nova Scotia for the same amount of time. Wait, Sydney where? What's Sydney? Not like Australia, right? But instead of going to like the Bahamas or whatever, they're going up to Canada. Okay, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Okay, I was about to say, like, they're just going to travel the Pacific in the same amount of time they'd go to the Bahamas. It's pretty wild. But, yeah, that's crazy. They just changed it. Huh. They bring jackets? I mean, is it cold? It's... Imagine there might be some... kind of chill evenings going on, right? But sure, MechTech. Yeah, okay, gameplay advice. Honestly, Cryptech, I don't know anymore. I haven't played 40k in like a year, and even then, like, if after like 3 months of not playing, I had no idea what I'm doing at that point. So as far as tactics go for 40k Necrons, I don't really have much to offer. I tell my son when we play tabletop games, this is my tactic. You shoot the fighty stuff and you fight the shooty stuff. That's the way to go. She was left this morning. She had to repack everyone's clothes. It's 40 degrees in Halifax. Oh my gosh. That's Fahrenheit, everybody. Units containing this special rule, creative brutality, pass leadership test, the start phase, they get impact strength. Oh, okay, they get the bonus strength. Okay, so they get impact strength if they pass a leadership test. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, I mean, impact strength is pretty good, but the spoilers and melee combat tends to be fairly bloodless anyway. So, yeah, so they're up late last night just packing, yeah. Yeah, it was 84 degrees today. Okay, that's fair, MechTech. Yeah, standard of spoilers, not great. Yeah. Not everybody gets a cool, Inductii squad. What? No, I don't know what that is, Zen. Where are you learning these phrases? Yeah, so my Inductii squad, they don't get Prospering Arcanas like the rest of my army does. They get their own unique power. It's just one power that they get. And oh, this is gonna take a lot of wash. All right, that was a mistake. The one power they get is I take a psychic check when I'm about to shoot something with them, and if I pass, I get breaching 6 up on all their weapons. And no, just their weapons get breaching 6 up. What makes that, so that's good, and I can up to 20 of them. They're cheaper than a tactical squad, so they put out a lot more damage, right? What makes that particularly good is that I can combine that ability with purchasing the my Legion bolters, my Ace Fix bolters. And yeah, so the Ace Fix bolters that I have, though, which are 3 points per model, so that puts these Inductii up to 12 points each. But if I give them Ace Fix bolters, And I can put characters in the unit that benefit from the rule. But the Ace Fix bolters are bolters. They have shorter range, so that kind of stinks. But they're rending 6+. So when I go to shoot at a squad, all of my 6s to hit auto wound and count as 6s, so they breach. 6s to hit auto breach. Yeah, just an auto wound, which is a synergy that Thousand Suns have a lot of, weirdly enough. Yeah, so I throw out 40 dice and it's like 6, 7 auto breaches, basically, for a full squad volley. Like, I'd put those in a Spartan. That's cool. And then on the rolls to wound, I get another like 3, maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, the Thousand Suns Inductii are dangerous. But also Mech Tech, like, that particular interaction is like the small version of like the really broken nature of Thousand Suns in 3rd edition. Because I get a straight up psychic power that gives my squad rending 5 up when they shoot. And you combine that with things like autocannons that are 3 shots each and breaching 6 up and 2 damage apiece. That means an average 10-man autocannon squad passing a psychic check, they're killing a Terminator squad in 1 volley. Like, mathematically, that's what they're doing. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna take those things, you know, like, there's those kind of combinations. I would probably use that against someone that I really don't want to play, or someone that we agreed that we're playing like a sweaty game or whatever. That would be about it. But, you know, I don't know if your opponents are going to be, you know, either that kind or that smart to figure out that that's the combo. So we'll see. Yeah, no, I don't play like that. I did, so the closest I got to that combo was I tried it with my unique plasma guns, because Thousand Suns have unique plasma guns, and the plasma guns are breaching 6 and they're 2 damage each. So you mimic the auto cannons, but they're only like an 18-inch range and they're 2 shots each. So I used them once and I actually trashed a Thalax, or not Thalax, a Thanatar. I killed a Thanatar in 1 volley with 10 of those dudes. You've never played against them? Oh, okay. Yeah, so that support squad was really good. It was like a budget version of the autocannon squad. That was definitely kind of like a, let's see what a small version of this can do, and okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. There's also a unit in the you've played as Thousand Suns? Okay. Just game kill team. The one we're talking about is 30k, Horus Heresy. The minis I'm painting are for Horus Heresy as well. These are Tarantula sentry guns, Tarantula sentry battery, something like that. Yeah. Yes, Heresy Thousand Suns are way cooler. I 100% agree with that, Slovak. Black Shield rules are fun. Yeah, Black Shield rules for 3.0 are going to come out this coming month. The times 40k is better. 40k had its chance and it blew it. Okay, we're going to dilute this wash down a little more. Just have a little palette over here with some black wash in it. Yeah, Cryptek, I stopped playing tabletop games to be competitive, And at that point, I lost all interest in 40k, in like modern 40k. I think 3 games with him before the new edition came out. Stick with the proper Legion. Okay. The Thousand Suns in 2nd edition were really bad. As far as Legion rules go, they were bad. At the end of the day, in 2nd edition, Space Marines were better than every other faction in the game on like a fundamental level. But yeah, now they got a big glow up in 3.0. Not just like power wise, but in like the quality of their writing for their rules and the like in-depth writing for their rules. Just completely better across the board in 3rd edition. This thing is, come on, I'm trying to be gentle here, but it's not letting me. Where's their current stuff in 3rd? Yeah, so in 2nd edition it was like your unit sergeants counted as the psychers, right? So if you got sniped, you lost your psychic abilities, but you also they only got this like super minor powers that most of them were pretty worthless. Some were good. There was like one that you would always take if you were wanting to win a game. But 3rd edition, they're all psychers, but it's not just based around unit sergeants. Unit sergeants will give you extra leadership, but not extra willpower. So like getting your sergeant sniped doesn't particularly matter for manifesting psychic powers, which is, I could see the argument of that not being like particularly loreful, but Thousand Suns basically got 6. Now it's 6 with the new journal coming out. There's a 6th one, but in the Liber Hereticus there's 5 unique psychic disciplines that only the Thousand Suns use. And so they're like slightly less powerful compared to the main librarian disciplines, the main psychic disciplines, but they're a lower risk when you cast them. So if you perils on a normal librarian in the game on normal psychic powers, it's a big like blow, like it hurts. But the Thousand Suns, they just take a D3 wounds, like that's all, which is fine. It's better than just about any other result from a psychic check for a normal power. Yeah, they're really versatile. You pay 10 points per squad to take the power too. So you don't just start with a free power. You have to pay 10 points per unit. And dreadnoughts can get the psychic powers and everything. So it's anything that's not a vehicle and get the psychic disciplines, can get the arcanas. Yeah, so all of my dreadnoughts are psychic dreadnoughts now. Yeah. And the Contemptor of Siren, so the actual psychic dreadnought is just like it's a monster now. Like, it's really good because it's an arcana. It can get normal psychic powers on top of the arcana, and then it can use all the weapons at once during its shooting attack. So like you can just throw all kinds of weapons at everybody. And the new blade is really good. Its actual weapon is good. Alright, we're going to finish the wash on these last 4 missiles, and I think I'm going to call it there for the evening, guys. Let's put a little more thinner on this. We're doing just a diluted black wash, and then we'll go back and we'll highlight everything. That's the plan. I think we'll do that tomorrow on stream. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. We're going to start around 11 a.m. Eastern. And we will have a guest. We're going to have the Painting Son with us. So, the boy has the day off school, so he gets to stream with Dad. Well, yeah, I'll show the terrain tomorrow. However, it's hard to see anything anyway, but I'll show some pieces of it on stream tomorrow. I don't have it in the room with me, so I don't want to be walking around and waking people up. Okay, sweet. That's a good start there. Everyone has their cool dreadnought for the new edition. Running Castiferums, yeah, Castiferums are cool. I love that dreadnoughts get the Legion bonuses, the Rights of War. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, guys, I'm going to show you this really cool terrain. Zen printed a giant pyramid for me. On the Discord, you can check it out in the 3D printing channel. But then he passed it over to me, and I started painting it. And the most updated photo of it is in the work in progress photo submission, the whip photo submissions. So if you want to see how that terrain's looking at this point in time. Sons of Horus trait. Yeah. The Sons of Horus trait is so good, Mech Tech. It's so good. Yeah, especially for Terminators. I found that Terminators are better with shooting than with melee. And not even like the fact that you give them special weapons, it's just the fact that like combi bolters are really good. And they put out a ton of shots, and you combine that with Vanguard, and then yeah, they're the Implacable Advance rule, it's even better. And then Sons of Horus get to just fire at full ballistic skill with their volley attacks, and it just becomes ridiculous. No, I think it's really cool. I think it's super cool. I always feel like Terminator should have been like more of a shooting unit, right? Because they're not assault Terminators. Like a Stormbolter is supposed to be like a formidable weapon. And the fact that it feels like it now is really nice. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do agree. I enjoy. I have many opinions about things I like and don't like about Heresy 3.0. Yeah, a lot of stuff I like. Alright. Sweet. Got those done. Put you there. Rinse our brush. 3/4 of the way done with your train. Oh, nice. Awesome, Raja. It's good to hear. Okay, simple wash. I'm going to do more washes on these. These need to, since they're just like one color, I need to do a lot more than just the one wash. Oh man, Estrello posting his, oh yeah, your Heresy army. Okay, I see it. Gorgeous stuff. Do you 3D print, Estrello? Because there is a creator on Cult's 3D on the Purple 3D printing website. He makes nothing but Raven Guard, Heresy Raven Guard units. They're all completely free. I think every single person who 3D prints and plays Heresy is jealous of Raven Guard. Yeah, RG and all, that's what he's called. Yeah, incredible stuff. His prints are not the easiest to print, though. I have tried to print some of his stuff. He doesn't pre-support anything. Everything's broken down to really small pieces, so there's a lot of assembly and everything. But he makes really high quality stuff, though. All right, guys, we're gonna call it there tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, for keeping me company, for chatting with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna be on here in about 12 hours, almost on the dot. 12 hours from now, I'll be streaming again. I think I'm just gonna jump back in and continue on these tarantula batteries, and I'll show off some terrain and stuff too tomorrow. So, and we'll be here with the painting sun. So, be ready for that. The boy likes to talk. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.